Let's go.
Dr. Rosie Milligan, one of the most sought-after speakers on the circuit today. Her live internet talk show, Express Yourself, is the most provocative, thought-provoking, and talked-about radio show on the internet. There's no holds barred, and Dr. Milligan puts the B in bold. She brings it every Tuesday live at 10 a.m. Pacific and 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Dr. Rosie has been proclaimed the most provocative female writer of the century. Her books include Satisfying the Black Man and Black Woman Sexually Made Simple, Why Black Men Choose White Women, and the book Nigga Please. These books have raised eyebrows across the country. She has authored 21 books and published 350 titles for authors nationwide. Check Dr. Rosie out at drrosie.com for her books, articles, and archives of her internet talk show. Sit at the feet of wisdom. Dr. Milligan is indeed a timekeeper and scorekeeper. She is the clock, calendar, and almanac for Black America. You need to hear her.
Morning, top of the morning, coming from sunny California. You'll listen to the Express Yourself Hour. I am your host, Dr. Rosie Milligan, coming to you live with nothing but straight talk. Yes, that's how we do it around here, folks. Nothing but straight talk. My co-host today is Mr. Ricky Davis. You know, he's the author of the book, When a Mustard Seed Get Heavy. And I think the mustard seed, Ricky, done got heavy. How you doing this morning?
I'm good. It's gotten heavy, all right. Man, that's why you got to really work out your arms, work out your legs, and work out your mind and your heart.
Recording in progress.
Absolutely, because it's getting rough around here.
Yes, it is.
But I want people to think positive, and I want people to get in the mode to not be reacting, to take action, to know what's coming ahead, and to really deal with that, because times are really changing, and we got to set the pace for the next generation.
Yes.
We really do, because it's very frightening for them. So today we're going to talk about something really important. I see my other co-host, Keith. He has joined us. You guys know Keith. That's the AI man. So he's in the house. So, let's see. Yeah, he's been made co-host. So those who are calling in, who are trying to get in, he's the man that's going to let you in so you can dive into this conversation. And for those who wanting to call, who not on, not on Zoom, there is a number you can call, and that number is 669-444-9197. Okay. Yes. So today, now you all have heard all the hoopla about Medicare law for 2026. It's been a lot of talk about it. Everybody concerned about the insurance going through the roof. Insurance is going up, I believe, even if the 2026 Medi-Cal law had not been put into effect. Isn't it amazing, Ricky, how we can get going north and south when we should be going east? We got to pay attention to what we hear on the news, how we get everything all blown out the water. This whole thing was about Medi-Cal. Medi-Cal is state fund. That's money that comes from the state. And we're going to talk about that. But people, my insurance going up. We're not going to be able to afford it. Well, your insurance was going up, even if Medicare 2026 law had not put in effect, because insurance going up all over in every area. Light bills, utilities going up. I looked at my utility bill and I'm trying to say, wait a minute now. Didn't nobody else move in? I'm still at work most of the time. What's going on here? So I'm going to have to call them. But everybody's saying that their utility bills has gone up quite a bit. Have you noticed that, Ricky or Keith?
It's going to go up is because the data centers that AI runs off of, it takes a lot of electricity. And then when they put in these data centers, run these AIs and stuff like that, it's going to cause your electricity to start to go up a little bit, because the data center takes as much electricity as human beings do.
Well,
So
what that got to do with me? Because they put a data center.
yeah,
That's not in my house.
it's called supply and demand. In other words, basically, electricity is a shared utility, and if more things are using it, guess what's going to happen to your bill? It's going to go up.
But they're
So
making the money, and I have to pay more utility, right?
and that's the way that's the way it is. We're going to have to, like I said, you're going to have to start talking to to, to your to your politicians about this stuff. Is because um, um, it, as they build these things out, because data centers take two things. In fact, I think it was Georgia that refused to actually build a couple of data centers just because it's going to take more electricity and water. It's going to bring up the water bills. It's going to bring up the electricity bills,
Well,
electricity
I
costs.
guess for LA, it's going to bring up a whole lot. Not only you
Yeah,
looking
yeah.
at that, you're looking at
Mhm.
all these apartments that's being built. You're looking at, I think there's a whole lot of things have not been looked at. But
Mhm.
today, we have an interesting show.
Mhm.
Now, you guys know I am known to push for generational wealth. And anything I hear that come across my desk
Mhm.
that can take away generational wealth,
Mhm.
I'm going to jump right on it.
Mhm.
And this is what this is all about. It's more about generational wealth
Mhm.
being taken away than it is about your insurance is going to be raised.
Mhm.
You guys understand what I'm saying? So let's talk about what happened here. Let me read this to you. Let me tell you the truth about Medicare law. This is not about regular health insurance, folks. All the time, that's what I thought it was about. Is anybody on here thought it was about health insurance? It never was brought out
Mhm.
about what it really is about. It's about Medi-Cal.
Wow.
And we
Okay.
were taken so far, oh, your insurance going to go up. People are not going to be able to afford an insurance. Then they're going to be, what's going to happen to them? It's not about the regular Medicare benefit that people get. A single person, in order for them to receive Medicare benefits, they cannot make over like 18, their income must not be over $1,800 a month.
Mm.
Okay? Now,
Okay.
that does not change. But what changed is that they have reinstated the assets that you can own. In other words, you cannot have assets greater than $130,000.
Okay.
Okay? Now, what does that include? That does not include the house that you live in. The house you live in can be worth 500, a million, 2 million. It's
Okay.
exempt from that Medicare asset. But if you have a second house,
Mm.
you have a second car, you have insurance, life insurance policy with cash value over $1,500. That's what they are looking at. But we
Mm.
never was told that. Out of all the hoopla about this Medicare, we were never told that. It doesn't change that basis. Now, they also do a look back. That's new in the law. In other words, if you transfer your property within the last 2.5 years, in other words, you transferring it to somebody so you can qualify for Medicare. So you get the property out of your name and then you apply for Medicare. You guys follow me with that?
Right.
That's what they call the look back. The frightening thing about this look back is that a lot of our people are not understanding what's going on, and they are told transfer that property into your child's name because
Mm.
you may, as you get older, need to apply for Medicare benefits.
Okay.
You best to be careful about that.
Mhm.
I have a client right now who put her daughter on her property as joint tenancy,
Mhm.
and now she's trying to get her to change it, and she will not.
Mm.
Now, she can't borrow money. She can't do anything with her own property she paid for
Okay.
unless this girl sign off.
Okay.
So I really hope our people don't jump up and start with all this he say, she say in the street right now, but you better get that property out of your name. Folks, wow. It's not about that. Let me go on. This is about long-term care.
Mm-hmm.
It's about the people that it's impacting the most is people that's over 65 and plus are disabled.
Mm-hmm.
Now, why are they doing it? Medicare does not cover. Medicare, red, white, and blue, when you get 65,
Mm-hmm.
that Medicare card, that does not cover long-term care when you're in a skilled nurse facility. It doesn't cover when you need in-home support. These things that the elders need. So in other words, they sick of old people.
Mm-hmm.
They want to get rid of you. You are a burden to the state of California. We are living longer, and they're trying to figure out how to get rid of us.
Mm-hmm.
That might have been what, I'm not going to say that. COVID may have had a little to do with that, too.
A little bit.
You're living longer.
Yeah.
You're costing the state. You are burdened the state.
Yeah.
Because in a long-term care facility, Keith, you're looking at $8,000 to $12,000 a month.
That's a lot. Yeah.
And there are seniors who've been in there 10 years.
Yeah.
Okay? That's their home. Now, if you are not in a skilled nurse facility and you're getting in-home support, where the nurse is coming out and visit you, physical therapists coming out, that can cost, Ricky, up to $5,000 a month. So the state, they're saying, hey, the old folks, y'all gonna break the state. So we're not going to allow you to have a second home and a second car while we pay for you being in a skilled nurse facility. That's what they're saying.
Okay.
But we have looked at it, Keith, as, well, I want to have 2 homes, 3, because I want to leave something for my children, because we've been taught to leave generational wealth.
Mm-hmm.
And now they're saying, no. Leave generational wealth and the state pay for you being in a skilled nurse facility? I don't think so. Folks, bottom line, that's what this is all about. They said, well, you got to spend down. You cannot have more than $130,000 value in asset. You got to spend it down. So, when you're on Medicare paid for you the first 20 days. They pay 100% while you're in a skilled nurse facility. You all take note. They pay 20%. Yeah, they pay for 20 days, 100%. Then after that, you have a copay. Now, if you don't have Medi-Cal, that's the state, to pick up that because your assets is greater than $130,000 and you cannot afford, you're not eligible for Medi-Cal. You have now copay. Who's going to pick up that copay? Remember how much I said it is a month? $8,000 to $12,000. And if you have a tracheostomy and some other equipment, it can be more than that. So, the deal is, when you really look at it, folks, it's time to make preparation. It's time to have conversation. Like I said, Medicare stopped after 90 days with you being in a skilled nurse facility. Medicare stopped. And that's why Medicare, that's red, white, and blue, the card you get when you're 65, it stops. So the days after that, that's why people apply for Medi-Cal. That's the state. For Medi-Cal to pick up that hospital bill, and they pay for your duration in those skilled nurse facilities and nurses' home. Medi-Cal is the only program that support our elders when they can't walk, can't breathe, and cannot live alone. When a person gets where they cannot live alone, where do they go? A skilled nurse facility, right?
Yeah.
And in 2026, the state is putting walls around Medi-Cal access. It said, y'all living too long. You don't have nothing. You don't have no savings. You don't have no long-term care insurance. We're not going to keep paying for you. So, In 2026, the state is putting walls around the Medicare access. If your money is not right and your paperwork is not right, you may be locked out and your family will not be able to afford the care you need. So, folks, I want y'all to get it straight so you can pass it on to your family so they can understand the real deal about Medicare 2026 law. Now, I've been telling people for years to make sure that they have a living trust. Why? Because if you have a living trust, any property that does not go through probate, there is Medi-Cal. You all take out your pens and paper. This teaching this morning. Medi-Cal can recover for every dime that they spent on you while you were in that skilled nurse facility. For your diapers, for your Pampers, for your PT, for your medication, every aspirin, every chuck, every in-home care, they can come after. Now, if you have a spouse living in that house, they're not going to take it. You have a disabled child, they're not going to take it. Folks, I pray that our people get this information. Why is it hitting us so hard? Because 75% of black folks or more do not have long care insurance. You guys hear me?
Yeah.
Most of us didn't hear about it till we were about 50 when they, at my age, when people start talking about it. Because, I mean, it's not been a lot of years that we have really pushed about generational wealth. We were just living, just making a living, doing our thing, living good. Make sure you don't live on the east side. You got to move way on over here. Well, every dime go for your mortgage and your insurance. But people are taught, go to school, make a lot of money. But who told you what to do with the money once you make it? How many of you were told what to do with the money when you make it? I say to everybody, you need a little, you better have some old folks' money. It means money saved so when you get older. Because if you have a little money, then maybe you can stay out of the skilled nurse facility and they don't have that recovery. Because what happens? If you have enough money to pay somebody to come 4 hours a day to help you when you get older and need help. Okay? They can come, get you up, give you a bath, fix your food, leave you some lunch.
Right.
You got to plan it. I've already planned. This is what I want to do. I want you to have somebody come, get me up, get me ready for breakfast, bath, fix me breakfast, and fix me some lunch, and you can leave the lunch out, or tell me where to get it, or I'll put a little refrigerator next to my bed. I'll put a little microwave. I'm planning. See, you guys make things for a favor. I am planning. Put the refrigerator next to my bed. Put a little microwave there. You can leave my food in the refrigerator. I can warm it up for lunch. If need be, if somebody needs to come back to put me to bed at night or turn the lights out or do something. Folks, it's real talk. And I know some of you know people right now who are having in-home support service because they can't do it by themselves. So the state is saying, we're no longer willing to pay for this when you have assets greater than $130,000. So there go your second home. There go your second car. That's they count that against you. Some people have gold. And guess what? That includes your Bitcoin. That's why they want to control this Bitcoin so they can know what you got. See, that was like a secret weapon before. Nobody knows what you got. The banks don't know it. Nobody knows. This is my secret money. Now I understand the push to make it not be your secret money.
They can track it now.
Yes. So you got to get rid of that Bitcoin. You got to get rid of all of those things if you want the state to help you when you get old. Now, to get Medicare, your income, if you're single, can't be over $1,800. Now, what is $1,800? You can't even pay rent with that. Before, they didn't have the asset protection, but now it's back. That's what's back under 2026 Medicare law, and they look back. Because naturally, who wouldn't? I mean, there are people who just, there are ways you can structure this situation and try to help protect you, but most people are not willing to consult or go to somebody to try to figure it out. They do the little street corner way. Girl, put that prop in your daughter's name. Wow. Well, Key, Ricky, I have ran my mouth enough. You can see I am so passionate about generational wealth.
Yeah.
And it made me mad when I got to think about, sure, people have 2 houses, 3 houses, they want to leave something for their children. But on the other hand, I had to really think, well, you know, we are the benevolent country of the world. We take care of everybody but our own. So I had to think about it. I said, now, if you have 2 homes that you want to leave to your kid,
right,
and the state has to pay for your skilled nurse facility, I really had to search my heart to see what was wrong about that. Because number one, you should be teaching your kids to have their own house. Okay?
True.
You should go in with them, help them buy their own house. The state is not going to allow you to leave 2 homes for your kids. Who going to sell it anyway? A lot of them. As soon as you die, they going to sell it. So ain't nobody benefiting. So I want you all to search your hearts, and I want you all to talk to me and tell me what's wrong with the direction that Medicare Law 2026, what's wrong with it if they're saying if you have 2 homes, we're not counting the home you live in.
Right.
But if you have another home over here, we're not willing to pay for your long-term care. Talk to me, you guys. Do anybody see anything wrong with it?
I understand it, but the thing is you're spending the people's money when you do that. You're spending the people's money.
When you pay for it, right?
When the Medi-Cal pays for it, money comes from somewhere. It doesn't come out of a black hole. You're spending the people's money, and you're asking for the people's charity of the society. So I understand it from that standpoint. Okay. Do I agree that it's always fair? No. But the thing is, it's not your money. That's what you got to realize. It's not your money. Say if you had set up a long-term care plan along with your generational wealth and had to put out an insurance policy for it for long-term, because they do have I do believe they have long-term health insurance, right?
Yeah, they do.
Okay. Now
that'll pay for when you and people have to be careful with those policies.
That's
you
true.
want to read them good to see how many days they pay out, how many years. So a lot of
how many years? So in other words, that's what it's and I'm torn is because number one, especially with the reason the problem is you don't have enough workers to support this at the bottom that actually will pay for it, and the boomers are the biggest generation ever born. And as we retire, as we get older, that's what they're projecting. Okay, it's going to swell it because as boomers start going into these facilities and they get to be, they're not at your age yet, but when they get to be your age in 10 or 15 years, okay, that's when the problem's going to hit. And you're already having issues with jobs and people working and stuff like that. That's what they're looking at. So the costs are already swelling. They're already going into debt, and that's what they're looking at. So I understand from both sides. Okay,
so
like I said,
it's going to hit the poorest of the poorest. You already don't have anything. And you can recover now. Here, mama done worked all these years, sweated brow. Well, at least I don't have much, but at least I can leave my babies a house.
Then you're gonna have to. Then you have to do that. You have to sign off the house onto your babies if you left it for them. And trust that they're gonna do something with it.
You got that 2-year look back. For most people who plan on going in the skilled nursing facility, they don't plan. It just happened. I mean, and now you run and transfer when the doctor said mama cannot stay alone. Now you want to transfer the house out of her name. they gonna look back and say,
like I said, as this budget continues and this country continues to descend down its economic ladder, you're going to have to start making hard decisions, and that's just one of them. So,
hard plans, hard plans.
well, with decision, I mean, you could, do you looking forward, do you decide, okay, I'm 60, 65, 70 years old. Do I give the kids the house now or the property now? And plan for my long-term health care after that. It's a hard decision. I don't know what to tell people. Okay, because it's not going to get any easier. It's not. It's just getting started. It's not going to get any easier.
One thing I would suggest: do not start running out, dumping your property in your kid's name. You dumping in their name. You didn't know they have a child support lien already against them. You didn't know they haven't paid tax. Families need to talk. It is a decision that families really needs to start talking about right now. Is long-term planning and generational wealth.
And that's one thing that you're going to have to do. Instead of blind trust, you're going to have to do accounting. You have to, because this is business. It's not blind trust. Okay.
Absolutely.
And we have more than enough tools to find out exactly if they do have liens, or they have, what is it called, problems with their, with their credit, stuff like that. Yeah, with anything. Yeah. I mean, you could set up. I don't know. You're the trust woman. Is there a way to set up a trust to protect you from some of that can be put into a language of a trust?
Especially when something simple, if you have a trust, they can't get Medicare recovered. When folks, ignore that portion, something wrong with their brain.
Okay.
It's something in the chat. It says, what happens to your Medicare benefit if you put an ADU
on your main home property?
Main home. Well, that's rental property. That's rental income.
Okay.
That's rental income, so it can count against you. That's not just, you don't live in it. Medicare is looking at your principal place of residence. You guys underscore that.
Right.
Your principal place of residence is exempt.
Yeah.
You don't live in that ADU. So rental income, yes, you can have a problem. Ricky, what's your take?
I'm just saying.
And then we'll go to anyone that's on our program.
Yeah.
You can open your mic. I want to feel with you, because you guys see I'm enraged.
Yeah, I'm definitely listening, and I'm also being reminded, because I work with seniors. And I work at a senior facility where I teach classes, fitness classes, and we sit around and have conversations, we do fitness exercise, but we also have real life conversations about what's going on with them, because a lot of the seniors that are in this living facility, they're in their apartments, they're responsible for their, utilities as far as, paying their bills and stuff like that. And what they're telling me is that most of them don't trust their kids.
Okay. Ooh. Okay.
And what's interesting, what's interesting about that concept is that when these seniors were not in this facility, and like I said, they don't have any disabilities other than some of them may be in walkers or wheelchairs, but they're vibrant. They get out, they do their thing. They chose to live in this senior facility because they don't trust their kids taking care of them.
Okay.
So a lot of them actually, they got a lot of money. Like these seniors they got money. They just are not trying to give it to their family because they're irresponsible.
Okay.
Their kids are irresponsible. And like you said about the liens and the child supports and all these things, they are aware of this, and they've said, listen, until you get your stuff right, I'm not just going to turn this, because I work too hard, for you to just, run it in the ground. So what I'm hearing is there's a lot of adult kids that could be doing very well, but because they're not managing their business and their personal life well, these seniors are like, nah, I'm not doing it. I'm tired of helping you. I'm tired of doing this. Like, I'm here because I don't want to be over there.
Yeah.
I don't want to live with you because when I did live with you, listen, this is what they said. When I did live with you, you didn't take care of me. So now I'm gonna go to this facility where at least I know I can get a in-home care, provider, and I can do the things I need to do at
3
least.
meals a day.
Yeah.
Huh?
3 meals a day.
That's it.
Yeah.
Don't
That's
have
it.
to
So,
beg anybody to take you
Yeah.
to the doctor.
exactly. So,
Yeah.
so what you're saying is true, but I really believe that today's society, the younger people who
Yeah.
are products of of seniors, they and not all of them, but a lot of them are not. They don't really understand the concept
Yeah.
of
Selfish.
securing their future. They're
They're
very
selfish.
selfish,
Yeah.
self-centered. It's all
Yeah.
about me. And then check this out: they feel that their senior parents owe them.
They do. Yeah.
Oh,
They do. I
I'm
heard
like,
that a
what
lot.
you mean they owe you? They brought you in this world,
They a lot.
and they made sure you got through school, and then now you still
Yeah. They're still
depending
children.
on.
They're still children. Yeah.
what they owe you is a good ass whipping they didn't give you. You
Yeah.
should have. That's what they owe you.
I'm having the issue with my children. Okay. And
That's what's owed to you.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
Ricky, you are so on point.
And I-
Because
and I'm-
there are
this is
people who
me.
want to keep them in the home
Yes,
so they can get the check.
yes,
I've had people to put them in the home
yes.
thinking that they would still get the Social Security check.
I'm serious. You'd be surprised. Like every week, I look forward to meeting with my seniors
Okay.
and just listening to, because what they're also educating me as far as just how things have been going on and what's been happening. And when they start talking about these insurances and all this
Yeah.
stuff, and I'm just
Yeah.
like saying to myself, wow, like, so this is what it's come down to. Now, as far as I'm concerned, like my parents, they never raised me to be that way, but I can honestly say that a lot of people within my age bracket, in their 50s, they are just really feeling entitled. Like, since you won't give me what I want, then you just I'm cool on you. You can be in that senior facility. You can be that living program. I'm good, and I'll see you on holidays
You're right. You absolutely.
because they won't bail them out. Because they won't bail them out.
Yeah.
Yeah, they won't keep paying your rent. They won't
Exactly.
keep
They won't
letting
pay
you
your
stay in
rent.
their
They
house
won't buy.
for
They
nothing.
won't buy you a car. They won't.
Man.
They won't pay for your kids' school tuition in school and that kind of stuff. So.
And these are, check this out. And these are, listen to this. This guy, one of the gentlemen that I met, I think he's 80-some years old. He was the first black pharmacist in Los Angeles
I believe
at this facility. And he's paid, but his kids, he doesn't really want to have nothing to do with them, because when he was trying to help them, they didn't want the help. But then once they felt on hard times, then they want the help when he's already retired and he's already living comfortable.
Yeah. See, that's why the push should be, I keep telling folks, right now we know that these young people cannot get out of college, even in their 20s and 30s, and buy a home in Los Angeles. So you can assist them if you can, but not give them, they waiting about who gonna get mama's house. I've never seen so much craziness. People arguing over a person in their sick bed about, mama, you said you were gonna leave me the house because I'm the one staying with you. I'm the one. Sue already got a house. These are the conversations I hear. Why you gonna leave Sue on she got a house? Well, why should you penalize Sue because you threw your money away? Folks, there's a national conference need to be held for black folks. Just on this topic alone. Why you fighting for reparation? Fight for some common sense about how to live in this world. Because if you don't learn and understand, reparation ain't going to do nothing to make white folk rich. Because you're going to take that money and go straight to the car lot or do something stupid.
We got somebody in the chat, Dr. Rosie. Somebody.
Okay, let's see what they're saying. You want to read it?
Okay. So V. Hawkins says, I have a family member going through this with a home. The issue now is the elder parent needs 24-hour care.
Yep.
Well, we can only come 2 or 3 days a week, family helping, but still need at least 2 days of 24-hour help. Can't afford to pay it out of pocket to an agency. Where can you get 24/7 help without selling the house? Okay. I think that's where the rule says. That's where Medi-Cal comes in.
Yep.
That's why Medicare, if your assets is not greater than 130,000, and their monthly income that source is not more than $1,800 a month.
Mhm.
See, a lot of them cannot qualify for Medicare because their Social Security to $2,500 plus they're getting retirement.
Mhm.
So that's why people need to start looking into this early in the game.
Right.
Look at what's required. Will my mom be able to get Medicare? Because go back, Medicare, red, white, and blue. I remember when I got that card, I was so happy. I thought I could do anything. I thought I could get on the bus and ride with it. Thought I could do anything with that red, white, and blue card. They only pay 100% for 20 days when you're in the skilled nurse facility.
Mhm.
Okay? And up to 90 days. And after the 20 days, then you have copay. Where's the copay coming from?
Right.
You may have to sell that Rolex watch. You may have to pull down some of that cash value in your insurance policy.
Mhm.
You're going to have to get rid of that second car. You can't just give it to your son now. Okay? You can't just give that second house to your child now because they have that 2.5-year look back.
Mhm.
So you got to plan. Don't wait till you get sick and need it. Start planning now. Don't wait till you get 65 because a lot of people are in this shape who are not 65. They are disabled.
Mhm.
This is for 65 and older and disabled who are receiving Medicare. So folks, don't get it twisted. We all have heard all of this is about our insurance going to go skyrocket. The Obama program going to be washed out.
Mhm.
Folks, so I remember when my husband's mother needed Medicare, and she wasn't qualified at the time, so it had to be shared costs.
Okay.
No, I know what it was. She was eligible. But they decide how many hours they're going to give you for in-home support based on the condition. And when the worker came out and asked her what all she could do for herself, she told the woman she could do everything. She was not cooking for herself.
Okay.
They want to feel so in the, I can do that for myself.
Okay.
You got to really coach them because they're going to be interviewed by a case worker. I cook for myself. I can wash for myself. Because she was thinking she could do that. Sometimes they have dementia. They're confused.
Okay.
So
And
they gave her a minimum amount of hours.
Okay.
But she needed somebody that more hours. So we had to come out of pocket. All the kids got together and we decided how much each person was going to put in and how much time each one could put in to cut down some of the hours.
Right.
So, folks, that's the kind of stuff you really got to work with. You're going to have to come out. The next thing is that person can get a reverse mortgage. But now if they're in a skilled nurse facility, they can't do that. Because you're supposed to be in that home when you get a reverse mortgage. And once you move out of that home into a skilled nurse facility, it's critical that in your living trust that it says that as soon as I am well, my intent is to come home. That keeps that home as your primary home so you can receive Medi-Cal. So it's all about knowing. It's all about knowing.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think there's something else in the chat, Keith. You got it?
This is from Brother Jamal. He says people better learn how to eat right and learn how to protect their health at all costs. People need to listen again to last week's program about protecting your health. Exactly, is because they make more money at the end of your life than they do at the beginning. Okay.
Keith, I think one thing we're talking about as the state began to look at Medicare, what they're not going to pay for, the assets limitation, what they really need to look at. What's also breaking the state is pharmaceutical. When you going to deal with that?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
When you going to deal with all them pills that the people never even take, a whole bag, 20 bags of pills, they don't even take it when they get home. They don't know what it's for. It's too much. Some of it's interacting with the other.
Yeah.
And the pharmacy, I'm getting mad now. They automatically refill whether you're taking it or not. If they going to be refilling that every month. When you going to cut that off?
You become a money maker to them.
When you gonna stop the taxpayers from having to pay for that medication while you're worried about them paying for an elder who have worked hard all their life and need to be in a skilled nursing facility? What about the medication?
Right.
Wow. Well, there's something else in the chat. Brenda, what's your take? We're gonna open it up for someone that's on
Yeah.
in the
Yeah.
Zoom.
People better pay attention. It's not going to get better. People think it's going to get better next year, the year after that. It's not going to get better. You got to pay attention. It's not going to get better.
No, it's not.
It's not going to get better.
So you need to start talking to your parents. Remember, I think last week so I did a show. It's time to get in your parents' business.
Yes. Because it's going to cost you. That's your wealth. That's your generational wealth. The more you spend, the less you're going to have at the end. Okay.
And you're going to be in it. Get in it now.
Yeah.
Ricky, get in it now.
Let me say,
get in it later.
There's some radical. Go ahead, Ricky. I'm sorry.
Let me say this to both of you. I want to echo what both of you guys said. Keith, you said something that a lot of people are still trying to defend. You said it's not going to get any better. I agree with you, but people are delusional, thinking that it will because they're relying on what man is promising them, when God has already told you in His Word, if you're even in your Word, you can't put your faith and trust in man.
No,
because everything that this system is set up for is for us to fail. It's not for us to succeed. It's for us to fail. And when you look at all the things that are happening, if you look around, like you said, Dr. Rosie, everything's going up. Food is going up. Food is going up. Gas is going up. I mean, even condoms are going up.
Yeah.
I mean, just everything. And I'm being funny, but I'm being real.
No, it's doubled over the last 5 years.
Exactly. So what I'm saying to you is, if you really take a look at what's going on with this world, the world is passing away, which means what? We have to start programming ourselves to learn to live with less.
Yeah,
and not more. Because when you live with less, then you don't have too many needs outside of what your necessities are. Like for me, I'm learning to live with the bare minimum. Why? Because as things start to decline, I won't miss out on anything. I won't suffer. Like just the other day, it was just over the weekend, it brought tears to my eyes when I saw young people as early as maybe like early 20s. They were walking down the street with a backpack and a luggage. And they were homeless.
Homeless, yeah.
And I see so many of this, and I'm sorry, it doesn't matter what city I'm in. I see this commonly. So right now, you got these young people who are homeless because they don't have a place to stay. The families are losing their homes. Just like at Walmart is right down the street from me. At nighttime, when Walmart closes,
the people park.
Whole entire parking lot is full of RV trucks and cars of people spending the night because they don't have a place to stay.
They have a place to stay. Yep. It's gonna, and we got to be proactive about that. There's no reason.
We got to start planning. Don't wait till you 50 and 60. Start planning.
Yeah.
When your baby is born, save $25 a month, and look what they have at 18. Then maybe they can buy themselves a house, so they can go. We got to teach them how to have their own and stop waiting for us to die. I'm so sick and tired of folks waiting on somebody else to die. Woo! Okay, let me calm down. Let me calm down.
Take a deep breath.
But these are the children that we raised, So boomers, especially old people, have to take accountability for it. These are the kids that we raised. Okay,
you gotta let them know this house is for me. And if I have to get a reverse mortgage to pay my medicine or to keep out of the hospital, that's what I'm going to do. So I will borrow enough on this house to give you a sort of down payment on your house. Don't count on my house.
Nor should you. They should be able to be independent. But that is, that is. People don't understand about the boomers and the burden that we carry because we know what we created. Okay. And we know that we're trying to get these kids out of that mindset, but the thing is, it's so ingrained, it's difficult.
Well, Skeet, you got to remember the system brought about a lot of that.
Yeah, they
Kid
did.
get 16-year-old, they have a baby, they get their own check. That's what messed out people. You get your own check, you move in your own apartment because you got Section 8, and you got something to eat. You don't have to worry about doctor bill. I mean, the average person who's getting food stamp, who are getting Section 8, who getting a counter to pay for their babysitting for their child.
Yeah.
That's equivalent to another person $50,000 a year earning, okay?
Yeah.
But we got to get this crutch off. We got to get people. Go to the board. I think we have a couple of things on the board.
It said, what was it? Reed Hawkins says, WellBe Health Service is a great senior service. They have signed up to Medi-Cal. They come 2 or 3 days a week, not enough a month income from elderly parent to cover IHSS. They're expensive. Love that thought, Ricky. The body cannot handle pharmaceutical cocktail of pills and medication. Your liver, kidneys will exhaust themselves trying to filter. Yeah, they will.
That's correct.
And then they end up on dialysis machine, and then the end is near. You become a money making center at that point. Okay, and unfortunately, you become a product. You're not a human being. You're a product to be managed.
If you want to cut out all of this old age, long term care, you need to do something about the food.
That's true.
Do something about the ingredient you're allowing people to put in food. It was some juice, something I was going to buy. I think it was carrot juice or something. I looked at it.
It's got sugar. Huh?
No, it said it lasts to something in 2026. Okay. I put that down. Anything lasting that long, you folks, you know something wrong with it. Okay, come on now. Be for real. You picking up something now in 2025. They telling you it's good through to February of 2026, and you buy it.
Yeah.
Come on, people. You know, if you do something about, what's happening with the foods.
Yeah.
You know what's happening with the pharmaceutical. Yeah. You know how the medicine is destroying people's liver, destroying their kidney.
Yeah.
When you gonna do something about the real issue that would have the older people not having to be in a long-term facility if things was right? So whose fault is it that you got all these old people now burdening the state of California?
Right.
They didn't make the food.
No,
they didn't approve what's in it. Wow. Folks. Brenda, come on. I know Brenda got some comments. Come on, Brenda. Let me hear from you.
Hello. I do have some comments. I've been listening to everyone, and it's a sad condition. I think that it has to start from the very basis, the very ground floor, and that is talking. One generation talking to another, because we're dealing with things that we have no control over. We have no control over the high cost of living, the Medicare, the things that are happening in that industry, and pills and diet. We have to understand that we have to start talking to our younger people, because it has to start on the ground level, at the kitchen table. Invite a young person over. They are ignorant as all get out, and we all know that. But it has to start, the conversation has to start at some level. And if we talk to them, I believe, on a passionate level, not screaming, not pointing fingers, but just let them know, do you understand what's going on around us? That these are serious issues that are happening to the older people in the family, which one day you're going to be old.
Yeah.
So let's get a plan. What are your ideas? Because some of them have some ideas, or they want us to encourage them to talk. So I think it just starts to be able to talk to each other and tell each other what's going on. Older people tell each other, the young people, what your plight is, what you're dealing with, because they don't know. They're caught up in TikTok, all those other things, looking at that foolishness. They're not really understanding what's happening in their own family. So I think it starts with information. Each one teach one. That's
right.
happen.
You're right, Brenda, and it's important for us to even sit down and have this conversation with them, saying, "Look, I'm on dialysis.
Mm-hmm.
This could have been prevented. Okay, I did this or I did that. That it's time for history to roll out to help this next generation. If I had not have done this, I wouldn't be in this predicament. Come on, folks. You think it's a secret? What's going on? You know, a lot of people know exactly why they're in the shape they're in.
Mm-hmm.
Tell your children so they don't come down that path. It's important. You have to get up now to sending those kids to McDonald's to get breakfast. I'm going to say it again. Anybody can prepare a full-course breakfast in less than 20 minutes.
Right.
You're starting your babies out on processed foods.
Mm-hmm.
These are the people that we see in these skilled nurse facilities because of the way they eat, because of their habits. Okay? People back in the day, they died of old age. They didn't die of all these things that people are dying from now because they weren't taking all these pills.
Mm-hmm.
Anytime a doctor got somebody on 15 and 20 pills, I don't even see how you have a space to eat a meal taking all those pills. Number one, they're not taking it. All you're doing is wasting taxpayers' money. Now, that's what each president have talked about. They were going to do something. I guess they're afraid of pharmaceutical. I don't know
They're getting paid by them. It's not afraid of them.
Well, it's something because that's why you got all these people on dialysis. That's why you got them in these skilled nurse facilities.
Yeah.
So do something about that versus trying to take their home. But I'm telling you, I have to admit, you guys, it's not a favorite statement, but I cannot see. That's why I teach the kids to get their own home, teach them responsibility, and then you can give them that second home, or give them a life estate in it, or do something. You need to do some estate planning because they gonna take that. You gonna give up that second house if you in a skilled nurse facility.
Yes. Yeah.
So you might well face it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now, since you know you have to give it up, you might want to borrow some money on it.
True. True.
It's all about planning. It's all about healthy planning. But I want to let you all know all the hoopla about this Medi-Cal 2026 is not about raising insurance policies. It got folks, our insurance, we ain't going to be able to afford it. You're not going to be able to afford it if Medi-Cal 2026 law did not come in. Your insurance is going up anyway.
Yeah.
On your car, on your house, on everything. So I don't know why. I'm really pissed because a lot of politicians had us going north about this. People ain't going to be able to afford the insurance. The real deal is if they brought back the assets limit. That's the real deal. You can't have a second house and be on Medicare. You can't have a second car. How many did you all hear the politician talking about that? Did anybody hear them talk?
No, you're not going to hear them talk about it. Not publicly. They'll say it in open session, but not publicly. They're not going to say it publicly because they want to get elected.
And Keith, you guys, I'm thinking today. Now you know how I pour into this community with economic empowerment and generational wealth. This Zoom should have been so filled today that people could not get on it.
Fat meat ain't greasy, babe.
Did you hear what I'm saying?
Fat meat is not greasy.
Now, I'm going to get tired of crying in the wilderness trying to help black folks. If y'all don't want nothing,
you know what?
let me know so I can just go to the beach.
Can I say something, Dr. Rosie? Let me tell you what I've come to. And these seniors have helped me get to this way of thinking over the last several years. I've gotten to the point where you know the old saying, you can lead a person to the water, but you can't make them drink.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of people are just not thirsty enough to get what they need as far as help and resources.
Lord,
it's not that it's not available. It's not that it's not. It's available. It's just that people just don't have. There's no urgency. They don't have a desire. So this is how I look at it. If you don't want it now, then you gonna have to go get it on your own later, and let's just see how that works out for you. Because
That's true.
by not listening to your elders and people who are trying to give you some help and resources, if you don't, if you want to be stubborn and ignorant and foolish, then when the time comes and ain't nobody around to help you, you gonna think back and say, "Man, I should have listened to X, Y." Because that's what's gonna happen. So what I've learned to do is, I'm not gonna help anybody who don't want to help themselves. If I put it out there and you don't want to help, okay, cool.
Yeah.
I'm good. I'm not gonna exert any energy because I need my energy for me.
Absolutely. Oh, you need it for those who want it.
And that's what I said. I'll help those who want to be helped. Those who show they don't want to help, next.
Yeah.
I don't even let it. It's
have
not
time.
even an issue no more.
You don't
Absolutely.
have time. Yeah.
No. V. Hawkins has something in the chat. V. Hawkins, you want to open up and explain what you're trying to say to us?
I think she's talking
Hi,
to
good
somebody.
morning.
Okay.
Good morning, Dr. Rosie. And you're absolutely right. This Zoom should have been packed. I am surprised myself. But moving on, Ricky, I will give you a call.
Good.
What I was trying to say, and I don't think you understood in one of the text messages, WellBe Health Services is a senior service that I introduced to my family, and they signed up with WellBe. That's the name of it, WellBe Health Services, and they have about 12 locations throughout Los Angeles. They have been a benefit. The problem is now my mother-in-law needs 24-hour care. When she started with WellBe, she didn't need 24-hour care.
Okay.
So now and she don't have no illness. She just can't move.
Right.
No cancer, no diabetes,
just old. Huh?
And so in hope, the IHSS, we looked into, they're very expensive. We've been having family and referral.
Yeah, you guys have that. Have that shared cost, right? You guys have that shared cost.
Shared cost with WellBe?
No, with Medi-Cal. I mean, do you have shared costs?
I don't know, because they were able to get my mother-in-law qualified with Medi-Cal, even though she had a home, and they had high incomes. So I don't know how that happened, but she was able to get it, which was a blessing. But now we need that 7 days a week, and that's where we need. And they really don't want to sell the house, but there's no income to cover IHSS because they charge maybe $55, $75 an hour.
Yeah, what you're going to have to do, I want you to pay close attention to January 1, 2026 changes, okay? Because what you're looking at now, what you're facing right now is 2025. January 1, 2026, I want everybody to be aware of how Medicare change is going to impact that situation. You mentioned about, whatever money the person has. Like I say, they do have asset protection up to $130,000. But make sure you get a good grip on 2026 Medi-Cal.
Okay. Thank
All
you.
right. Linda Taylor. This is Linda Taylor from Tennessee.
Yes, ma'am. I'm listening.
Oh, how are you?
I'm taking Tylenol. How you doing?
I'm doing wonderful. What you want to share with us?
Well, I was hesitant to try to share it because Franco, your favorite Franco, who his platform is based on 3 John 2, beloved, I wish above all things that thou mayest prosper and be in health, even as thy soul prosper. We're in a platform now. I've been in this investment situation since August the 31st. I invested $500, and now my assets are at $3,200.
Okay, very good.
They base it on 1.2% compounded interest daily. And it's something that's really almost unheard of. But I was giving Dr. Rosie the information for you all to possibly call him to just chat with him about this interest, this platform that we're on.
Okay.
I don't want to say too much because I really, he's the spokesperson. So I saw your topic today. I said, this may be something you all would be interested in talking more about.
I will give him a call and more than likely have him to come and share with us. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. So
Oh, thank you.
I'm gonna continue listening. You know you're one of my favorite folks.
Linda wrote the book about Ebonics.
Introduction to Ebonics.
Yeah, Introduction to Ebonics. A
With
wonderful book. Something I
the
think everybody should read because we kind of look down on our language. I wish we were still speaking Ebonics, then these other folk wouldn't know what we were talking about.
Yeah,
And maybe we need to go back to Ebonics, Ricky. And they don't know what we're talking about when we talk. 'Cause we talk so damn much. We tell everything. I'm going to go over here and call, telling folks what we're going to do. I'm going to be at this corner to do something.
Man.
You know, we got to have that talking drum. Shut your mouth. We talk too damn much.
Come on now.
We really do. We say too much. Somebody asks you where you're going, you tell them where you've been. We need to have some conversation on how to even answer a basic, simple question. You talk yourself out of a sale, talk yourself out of a job. Shut up. Shut up.
May I say something? I kind of get upset with Steve Harvey on Family Feud because he is sharing so much Ebonics with those folks. I said, no, don't give them all our language.
He giving all the Ebonics, that's right, and they turn around and make money off of, you know, like now they have the tote bags. They using everything that we have.
Oh, yeah.
They are monetizing every darn
yeah.
thing we do. Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
then they penalize us for saying it. You know, it sounds flat and bad, but they grab it.
They don't want you to know how much it's worth. That's what it is.
They want everything we got. Our hair, our lips.
No,
they want everything we got. So we need to start keeping our stuff, okay?
The Western world will not be what it is.
Or at least monetize it, Keith. At least monetize
it.
Okay?
We've always been
you guys, Keith, I didn't realize it's 11 o'clock and I'm just still talking. Jamal gonna shut us off. You guys. Wow, I thank you all for joining this show.
Yeah.
Ricky, I'm so glad you're back. Linda, continue. Tell my friend, he know I love him. Okay, I want to have him on my show.
Okay.
Joyce, glad to see you. Brenda, as always. You guys, please go out and tell your family, please. This information, I'm definitely putting this show on YouTube. Because people got to understand. Stop flipping your lip about what Trump is doing with this Medi-Cal and what's going to happen with your insurance. Your insurance going up, I don't care who's in the White House, okay? But you better be concerned about Medicare recovery with them taking your mama's house when she's gone, okay? That's what you need to learn about. Because that's your wealth. About not being able to have certain things. People say, well, you can't have 2 cars. You don't need 2 cars. You don't need to take my tax dollar for you to have 2 cars.
Yeah.
See, sometimes we overly try to protect the wrongness that our people are doing. Folks, it's time to look after Ricky what's right.
Yeah.
Be on the right side.
You're going to have to
not
make
on
some
the
hard
black
decisions.
side, not on the white side. It's time to get on the right side.
Got to make hard decisions.
As we close this show out, I'm telling everybody, get on the right side. Not the black side, not the white side. Get on the right side, and then we'll win.
Yeah. Get right or get left.
Get right.
Always good information. Thank you so much.
Thank you. What they say in church, get right, church, and let's go home.
Yeah.
All right, y'all better get right now. Have a great day. This is Dr. Rosie Milligan having my say.